In an age of hyperconnectivity and endless sensory noise, true luxury is no longer about speed. It is about stillness. We journey to 10 global sanctuaries where time dilates, where heritage is fiercely preserved, and the art of slow living is a daily practice. Welcome to the edge of intentionality. Kyoto does not wake up. It unfurls, one quiet breath at a time. Long before the modern world rushes past its borders, the morning temple gardens of the ancient capital breathe in absolute silence. Listen closely to the rhythmic rake of bamboo against fine stone gravel. It is not maintenance. It is a meditation, a conscious shaping of space to reflect the internal landscape. Here, the traditional architecture of the city is designed to catch the shadows. To honor the gentle passage of light across a weathered wooden veranda. Step further into the silent bamboo forests of Arashiyama, where the towering green stalks sway in a slow, hypnotic cadence. As the wind passes through the grove, the trunks lean into one another, creating a natural symphony of creaks and rustles. Every sound reminds us that nature never hurries. Yet everything is accomplished. In Kyoto, slowness is not an act of laziness. It is a profound form of respect for the present moment. Monks sweep away fallen leaves not to rid the ground of debris, but to practice the art of letting go. To walk these streets at dawn is to participate in an ancient contract with time. The city demands that you drop your urgency at the gates, matching your footsteps to the slow, deliberate pace of centuries-old stone paths. Here, luxury is found in the space between thoughts, in the steam rising from a clay teapot, and in the unwavering devotion to preserving things exactly as they have always been. Deep in the sun-drenched valleys of Oaxaca, time is measured not by the ticking of clocks but by the steady growth of the agave and the rhythmic, grounding dance of the loom. Here, the creation of traditional mezcal is not a factory process. It is a sacred lineage, an unhurried dialogue between humanity and the earth. Hearts of espadín and agave are harvested by hand, then buried deep inside underground stone pits lined with oak wood fire. They sit in the dark for days on end, slowly roasting, absorbing the very essence, minerals, and history of the soil. There is no shortcutting the smoke. To rush this process is to destroy its soul. A few miles away, in a quiet courtyard, An artisan passes a wooden shuttle through a massive floor loom, a rhythmic, hypnotic clack-clack that has echoed through families for generations. Each thread of wool is dyed naturally with elements found in the surrounding brush, cochineal insects for deep reds, wild marigolds for golden yellows, and pecan leaves for soft browns. It is a tapestry woven not just with material, but with raw patience. To witness Oaxaca is to realize that the most beautiful things on earth require an immense amount of time to mature. The people here understand that heritage cannot be mass-produced. Whether it is a batch of mezcal that took a decade to grow or a rug that took months to weave. The value lies entirely in the hours poured into the craft. It is a masterclass in living intentionally, where the hands are bound to the earth and the heart is entirely at peace with the weight. Far from the crowded, sun-bleached party islands of the Aegean lies Naxos, a sanctuary defined by its vast, empty golden sand dunes and the intoxicating, ancient scent of wild thyme carried on the salt air. In the mountainous heart of the island, away from the coastal winds, time stands utterly still inside rustic olive oil mills. Thick, heavy stone wheels turn with an agonizingly beautiful slowness. Driven by ancient techniques, crushing the winter harvest into rich, fragrant golden liquid. The oil drips into stone basins, a liquid history of trees that have stood for thousands of years. Down in the seaside villages, the afternoon heat slows the world to a crawl. Old men sit outside white-walled tavernas, their fingers idly moving over worry beads, watching the fishing boats bob gently on the tide. Nothing moves fast here because there is nowhere else to be. The sea dictates the flow of the day, and the sea has all the time in the world. Living in Naxos means adopting the philosophy of the horizon, vast, uninterrupted, and perfectly still. The local rhythm encourages you to linger over a single glass of wine for hours, to watch the shadows stretch across the cobblestone alleys, and to find contentment in the simplicity of bread, oil, and conversation. It is a place where the modern anxieties of production and ambition melt away, replaced by the deep, resonant truth that life is meant to be savored slowly, under the warmth of an eternal Mediterranean sun. Hanoi is famous across the globe for its chaotic streets and sea of motorbikes. But if you look closer, beneath the vibrant surface, you will find an ancient, quiet rhythm that governs the soul of the city. At the first pale light of dawn, long before the vendors open their stalls, Hon Kim Lake becomes a silent theater of stillness. Elders gather on the misty, tree-lined banks for morning tai-kai. Their movements are fluid, weightless, slow, like water shifting gently inside a glass. They are anchoring themselves to the earth before the city wakes. As the sun rises higher, walk into the narrow, winding alleys of the old French Quarter. Here, the smell of strong, dark, Robusta coffee roasting fills the air, drawing locals to tiny plastic stools on the sidewalk. They watch coffee drip slowly through traditional metal fin filters, drop by drop by drop. In Hanoi, the coffee cannot be rushed, and neither can the conversations that follow it. This daily ritual is a beautiful paradox, a sanctuary of mindfulness hidden in plain sight amidst urban energy. It teaches us that stillness is not about finding a remote mountain peak. It is an internal state of being. By forcing themselves to wait for the coffee to drip, the people of Hanoi practice a microdose of patience every single morning. It is an intentional pause, a moment to look at the world around you, to breathe in the morning air, and to remember that the sweetest rewards in life are always those that take time to distill. In the high, thin altitudes of the Dolomites, the scale of the world changes entirely. Solitary alpine cabins built from dark, weathered pine sit nestled under massive, towering rock walls that have stood as silent sentinels for millions of years. Up here, the frantic noise of modern life simply evaporates against the sheer physical density of the silence. To live here, even for just a few fleeting days, is to embrace the slow, majestic crawl of the mountain shadows across the valley floor. There are no digital notifications here, no artificial alarms, only the gentle crackle of dry pine logs burning in an open hearth, and the sobering realization of how small and how beautifully still we can truly be when surrounded by the monumental forces of nature. The peaks glow orange at sunset, a phenomenon the locals call enrasadera, fading slowly into a deep twilight that invites introspection. When you spend a day watching the clouds snag on the edges of limestone cliffs, your internal clock resets. You begin to breathe deeper, matching the vast inhalation of the valley. The trivial urgencies of the modern world are exposed for what they are, fleeting and inconsequential against the backdrop of eternity. This is the ultimate sanctuary for the overwhelmed mind, a space where the absolute absence of noise allows you to finally hear your own thoughts, stripped of the distractions of a world obsessed with speed. The Lofoten Islands are a place of dramatic contradictions, where jagged Arctic mountains rise straight out of the frozen sea. Yet the energy found within its villages is surprisingly warm and incredibly intentional. Traditional crimson-red fishing cabins, known locally as roerbuur, perch on weathered wooden stilts over the edges of pristine, mirror-like fjords. When the northern winter winds die down, the water becomes so perfectly, uncannily still, that the line between the rugged earth and the pale Arctic sky completely disappears. Life in this remote corner of the world is deeply, respectfully tied to the natural cycle of the seasons. A quiet, predictable existence dominated by the winter cod fishing, the slow air drying of stockfish on massive wooden racks, and the long nights spent waiting for the aurora borealis to paint the silent night sky. In Lofoten, there is a profound understanding of isolation. Instead of fighting the harsh climate, the inhabitants have learned to flow with it, turning their homes into bastions of warmth and comfort. They do not look to the future with anxiety. They prepare for the winter with steady, practiced movements passed down from Viking ancestors. To sit by a window in a red cabin, watching the Arctic sea ice slowly form and dissolve on the shore, is to experience a rare form of peace. It is the realization that true security comes from alignment with the world around you, no matter how cold or remote it may seem. While millions of hurried travelers rush to capture the grand, fleeting sunrises of Angkor Wat, the true, enduring magic of Siem Reap lies tucked away in its forgotten corners, where the jungle has quietly reclaimed the ancient stone. Move past the loud tourist crowds to isolated temples like Ta Prohm or Bang Melia. Here, massive silk cotton tree roots wrap around crumbling gallery walls like slow-motion rivers of solid wood. They do not destroy the structures. They hold them together in an ancient, delicate embrace. Moss-covered, stone faces of deities smile enigmatically from the ruins, buried under centuries of quiet, unchecked forest growth. In these sacred, damp spaces, you realize that human ambition is fleeting, but the patient, persistent crawl of nature is eternal. The stones are cool to the touch, smoothed by centuries of monsoons and the gentle growth of lichen. To sit alone in a ruined courtyard in Siem Reap is to witness time acting as an artist. There is no violence in how the jungle takes back the land. It happens with absolute patience, one root, one leaf, 1 millimeter at a time. It forces an existential pause. It reminds us that our daily anxieties and societal pressures are minor blips in the grand timeline of the earth. By stepping away from the manicured paths, we open ourselves to the ancient wisdom of the ruins. That true strength does not lie in rigid resistance, but in the slow, flexible endurance of the natural world. Marrakech is famous for being a relentless sensory assault, an endless, dizzying maze of shouting market souks, intense spices, and roaring motorbikes navigating narrow dirt lanes. But if you pull back a heavy, intricately carved cedar wood door and step across the threshold, you enter the interior world of a traditional Riad courtyard. The transition is immediate, shocking the senses with its contrast. Total, absolute, crystalline silence. The heavy, dusty air cools instantly as you enter. The only sound that remains is the gentle, steady bubble of a central marble fountain, and the occasional, cheerful chirp of a bird nesting in the indoor orange trees that reach for the open sky above. These residential spaces were built intentionally by architects centuries ago, designed as profound urban sanctuaries. Material proof that peace can always be found, if you know exactly where to look. The outside world is completely barred by thick mud brick walls, leaving only a private patch of sky and the sound of water. In a Riad, luxury is redefined as privacy and quietude. The design forces you to look inward, away from the public spectacle of the street. It is an architectural manifestation of the slow living philosophy, creating a boundary between the chaos of existence and the sanctity of the home. Spending an afternoon on a tiled sofa, watching the sunlight shift across intricate mosaic patterns while sipping mint tea is an exercise in reclaiming your attention. It proves that even in the most chaotic environments on Earth, intentional spaces can preserve the quiet dignity of the human spirit. Every aspect of daily life moves to the steady cadence of the phrase pole pole in Zanzibar, which translates from Swahili simply to slowly, slowly. It is not just a saying, it is the foundational law of the island. Look out from the shore across the brilliant, shifting turquoise water of the Indian Ocean. A solitary wooden dhow boat floats effortlessly over a shallow, blindingly white sandbar, its single canvas sail filled lazily by a warm, dormant breeze. The local fishermen do not use modern motors. They rely entirely on the ancient knowledge of the trade winds and currents, moving in perfect, unhurried harmony with the tides that have shaped this historic spice island for 1,000 years. On these pristine shores, the mechanical clock loses all its meaning. There is only the arc of the sun, the shifting of the sand, and the slow, therapeutic drift of the sea. The days are long, stretched out by the heat and the vast emptiness of the coast, inviting you to simply exist without a plan. To live pole pole is to dismantle the urgency that modern society injects into our veins. In Zanzibar, rushing is seen as an insult to the beauty of the day. Whether it is walking through the labyrinthine stone alleys of Stone Town or waiting for the tide to return so the boats can land, everything happens when it is supposed to happen. It is an escape to an older, wiser way of being, where human schedules are abandoned in favor of the grand, natural rhythms of the planet. We end our meditative journey in the legendary Valley of 72 Waterfalls, Lauterbrunnen. Watch from a high vantage point as a small, iconic red mountain train winds its way effortlessly through massive, vertical emerald green cliffs. The staggering scale of the Alpine Valley makes the train look like a tiny toy, moving at its own precise, unhurried Swiss pace along the ridge. Glacial waterfalls cascade down thousands of feet from the upper peaks, turning into a fine, ethereal alpine mist before they even hit the valley floor. It is a breathtaking visual symphony of constant, powerful movement. Yet ironically, it creates a profound, overwhelming feeling of absolute stillness in those who watch it. The sheer permanence of the mountains absorbs all human anxiety, leaving only awe. Lauterbrunnen is the ultimate reminder. That slow living isn't about doing nothing. It is about doing everything with deep intention. It is about choosing quality over speed, presence over productivity, and depth over distance. As the red train disappears into a mountain tunnel and the sound of the waterfalls fills the cool air, we are left with a simple truth. The world will always keep spinning at a frantic pace, but the choice to slow down, to breathe, and to live intentionally will always belong entirely to you. The world will never stop asking you to run. It will always demand more of your attention, more of your speed, more of your youth. But remember, the choice to step off the wheel is always yours to make. You do not need to journey to the ends of the earth to find stillness. You only need to create a sanctuary within yourself. If this journey reminded you to breathe, if it gave you a moment of unhurried peace, subscribe to the channel and give this video a gentle thumbs up. It helps our quiet community grow in a very loud world. In the comments below, tell me, which of these sanctuaries called out to your soul? Until next time, travel gently, live deeply, and move with intention.